Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Warhammer 40k Let's Play. So before we get started today, I wanted to address something regarding our med bay, and that is the misconception somehow that walling or closing this off to the rest of the base is going to improve our surgery success chance. That is not true, and if you understand how surgery success chance is calculated, there's effectively three components, one of which is cleanliness, the other of which is the skill of the surgeon, and the third is the quality of the medicine used. So, in terms of skill of the surgeon, obviously Halleck is pretty good at medicine at 16, and he is not hampered in his manipulation in any way. So he's at 100%. Obviously he could be better with bionics, but he is as good as an unmodified human can be. Medicine, we can't really affect because we don't have Glitter World medicine. That is the best medicine that you can use, and that actually can increase your chances to effectively guarantee a successful surgery. Regular medicine, what we're using, is under 100%, so it will actually hurt the chances, but being the best medicine we have, that's all we can do. Finally, cleanliness. So, until we put sterile tiles in here, closing this off is actually going to hurt that, because the way cleanliness works is it takes filth and divides it by the area. So, for example, this one little bit of filth here divided by this room is going to be a higher filth rate or lower cleanliness than if we were to take that little bit of filth and that little bit of filth and that one and divide it by effectively the entire area of our base. That's just how math works. So, no, our cleanliness will actually get worse if we close this off. And keep in mind, too, that as the surgery and stuff is happening, blood can drop on the floor, and in a small enclosed space, that blood over that small area is going to have a much larger impact than over this giant area. So yeah, the cleanliness is actually better off leaving this open. Now, when we put sterile tiles in here, that will change, and we might consider walling it off when that happens. But until then, we're actually better off leaving it open, and I'm not going to close it because that actually makes it harder for us to have successful surgeries. Luckily, Murgo's second surgery went off without a hitch, and she has a bionic eye now. So anyways, with that out of the way, let's go take a look at our away team that's finally arrived at their destination. So I've taken the liberty of unloading everybody from the Chimera, and they are headed to some cover right here. We'll spread them out in just a second, not too far, but we'll get them all aligned along this. There is at least two hostiles that we're dealing with here from the Dark Bangers. We have Gorilla, who is a melee specialist carrying a pistol, and then we have Pena, who is a range specialist carrying a shiv. So that looks pretty good for us. They also do have a turret. For whatever reason, it is not being powered right now, even though it is connected to that solar generator. And then Inga is who we were sent here to rescue. She is downed, but her health is not so bad. She actually won't die unless she gets an infection or something. So we have plenty of time to get to her. She is unfortunately incapable of violence, but she's not the worst character. She could effectively be like a warden for us. She's actually really, really good at social skills, and with a bit of practice could become a decent crafter too. I don't like the idea of having characters incapable of violence. It makes it really inconvenient, especially in this particular setting, but we're here for her. We may as well rescue her and put her to use. So let's get our people moving. Skinner, you're setting up there. Azarin, why don't you jump out here, and you can slide out that way so you're not shooting through each other. Okay, so they're starting to file. Oh wow, there's a lot of them. They're starting to file their way out of here. We've already dropped one of them, and oh, he was actually a pretty decent character. Could you guys... Oh wow, and you dropped Clayton too. She's not dead though. Abrasive xenophobe, but actually not a terrible shot, and could be a nice compliment to Halleck for research. Are you like dying? No. Chest bottom? We destroyed your chest bottom? That's like when you have a butt on your chest. Anyways, let's try not to kill too many, because, you know... Oh, nice. Are you gonna bleed out? Potentially. But yeah, the more of them we keep alive, the more prisoners we can bring back with us and put to work. And maybe recruit. Oh, that one's dead. Dead. Pena, you can die. No. It would help if Zima didn't unload into these people after they've been downed. I think she ended up killing her. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't help when you let loose a volley on an injured person. You were trying to flee through us. That's generally ill-advised. So Reese is back there running away. But keep shooting. Tanner's dead. General, are you gonna get away? General's not gonna get away. What the hell are you exploding for? Maybe smoke pop belt? Possibly. He had some Molotovs though. So General didn't get killed. Right, let's we need to deal with that turret still, don't we? That's gonna be tough. It's in a decent spot. It's gonna be hard to approach it. So what's its range look like? I'm pretty sure if I sit Zima right there, it can't hit her. And she should be able to hit it. Graith, what are you targeting? Oh, the turret? You better not shoot somebody who's already injured. Yeah, she's shooting the turret. Okay, Zima. Are you in... Oh, well that's probably in the way, isn't it? Yeah, so she could hit it if there wasn't a wall there. That's fine. Why don't you go stand... Let's see. Where would she have an angle on it? Maybe like here? Stand like right there? Yeah, she can see it now. Okay, so wipe that thing out. And that's, I think, the last of their defenses, and then we'll be able to start claiming stuff and get people into beds and treat them. Come on, any day now. Oh, don't explode and kill her, please. Okay, good. All enemies defeated, so we are effectively done here now. Right, so claim this, claim that. Zima, you're going in that door. Skinner, you're going in this door. I can't rescue prisoners, or I can't capture prisoners until we have a closed space to put them in, so let's see what's in here. I imagine it's just going to be their living quarters. Okay, go. Alright, yeah, it's just beds. In that case, let's claim them all. And then we're going to mark them for prisoners. And then let's see. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to get a furniture sleeping spot down right there. Zima, I need you to rescue Inga. Skinner, capture Clayton. And let's see. Azrin, capture General. Graith. Who do we still have? Capture Gorilla. Is there anybody else? I think that's it. I think everybody else is a corpse. We actually managed to hang on to quite a few of them, surprisingly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a stockpile zone. We'll just throw it like here, I guess. It doesn't really matter. I don't need to change the settings or anything. It's just going to be a general one. And we're going to build a roof over it so that whatever's in it doesn't deteriorate. And then I need to go around and basically unforbid all of this crap. Unfortunately, it's all different stuff, so it's going to be difficult to get it all at once. But we just want to make sure we're not wasting anything. Most of those guns are not going to be particularly valuable, but they are still worth something. And Molotovs would be nice. That's something new. Let's see. Oh, more survival meals. A bit of painkillers and an Uzi. Got a shotgun there. Some more survival meals. We'll make sure that those get forbidden and not eaten. I'll let them eat these simple meals because they're going to expire on the way back anyways. And then what I think we'll do is, I was looking at this area before I started recording, and there's a couple of things that we might want to mine. So there's compacted machinery there that would be worth grabbing for components, and there's also a bit of silver here that's, you know, valuable for effectively money. Oh, there's a bit there as well. Let's make sure we get that, because every little bit of componentry helps. There's actually a bit there as well. What was that? Ooh, adamantium. That's going to take forever to mine though. I don't think we'll bother. And the steel's not worth it. It's just, it's too plentiful as it already is. Skinner, if you've already rescued somebody, then, you know what we'll do? Let's deconstruct all of these sandbags, because that's perfectly good steel that we can use without having to mine it. And then once we've deconstructed... Don't deconstruct that yet. Once we've deconstructed all of that, we'll use the steel to wall this off, and then we can designate one side for prisoners and one side for us. That way, while we're sort of waiting, we can let them rest, because we're not going to leave until she has recovered and joined us. Speaking of which, Zima, you are effectively the only medic here, so I need you to tend to her. And don't bother wasting medicine. If she gets an infection, we'll deal with it as needed, but for now, just stop the bleeding. And then we'll have you come in here and treat these people. Graith, yeah, go ahead and do that. Feel free to eat. You guys need to eat, but make sure we're eating the simple meals, not the survival ones. He just passed out on the floor. It's an interesting choice. Good, and that'll prevent all the guns and stuff from deteriorating. Some of these guys have body armor, and I'm wondering if it's worth trying to salvage it. The problem is it's now dead man's clothes, so I would have to try to repair it and remove that. And that generally hasn't gone well for us, so I don't know if it's worth bothering at this point. It's not like we desperately need it, but it's something we could layer underneath our flak armor, so it could be worth doing, or our carapace armor even. Alright, so we're starting to get some steel available. Let's start building a steel wall across like that, and then we'll build a steel door right there. And then we'll mark... it doesn't matter which side, I guess. There's 6 over here, so we'll just mark this as the non-prisoner area since the prisoners are already in here. And whenever you're done with that, who is in the most dire strait right now? It looks like you are. So Zima, when you're done there, I need you to prioritize tending to general. And make sure we're not wasting medicine on these guys. They should be fine. These injuries are all fairly minor. Nobody's like lost a leg or anything. And they actually started that pretty quickly. Can we finish that though? Because the sooner we do that, the sooner you guys can sleep in actual beds and not lie on the ground. That means you too, Skinner. You're not much of a builder though, right? Yeah. Well, it'll get done eventually. How is this coming? I mean, that's probably enough. It's just a matter of her recovering now. You don't really need to treat bruises. Yeah, go start tending to him. And from there, treat Gorilla. Clayton will recover on her own, but we will at least stop the bleeding on her leg, just to be safe. And then, once she's up, we'll go. These guys can just get tossed in the Chimera, because it really doesn't matter if they're able to walk or not. That's interesting. Why is this still... Oh, because there's probably power through the walls, maybe? Anyways, we can now turn that into proper beds. And if we deconstruct that, Graith, can you rescue her? And put her in a real bed. And she should recover more quickly in that. There we go. And now you guys can go rest yourselves as well. Let's see, how's he doing? Still bleeding pretty badly. He's got a paradigm dependence. That's going to be difficult to deal with. A lot of these guys have drug issues, which is kind of bad. Obviously, they're prisoners right now anyway, so it doesn't matter. They'll go through their whole withdrawal thing in our prison. And then from there, we can worry about what to do with them. But from what I've seen, they could make decent additions. Like, this guy is an incredible melee fighter. Could even be like our first, like when we eventually get to making Space Marines, he could be our first Space Marine and just like a completely melee dedicated one with like a Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. And in the meantime, he could be a cook for us. He's not very good at it, but he'll learn quickly. And that means that Liara, who is a pretty decent cook, but also has other skills, could, you know, become a miner for us or something. And Yaris, who's also been helping with cooking, could do crafting and research instead. So that would be helpful. Clayton, what are you good at? She's a decent shot, and again, she could do research for us. We could build another research bench, and she could help Halleck. She could also get better at mining down the line. But, yeah, anybody with decent shooting skill is welcome in my book. And she's xenophobic, but that's not an issue here because we're all human. And we literally see all the other races as animals because that's what they're programmed as in the game. She's also abrasive, which could be a problem, but honestly, we have other abrasive people, so that's not really that much of an issue. And then we have a kind nudist xenophile, who could actually be an artist for us, is a very good combatant. And yeah, I'd probably just have her making sculptures and whatnot, and then shooting stuff. So they're all decent additions, but obviously the drug issues are going to be something we have to kind of combat first. Oh, speaking of which, probably should have left that out to deteriorate because I don't want our people using it. But we could sell it, so we'll bring it back with us and just make sure it gets stashed somewhere where nobody's going to start popping those. But that worked out pretty well. We didn't take a single hit on any of our own people. And we were able to recover 3 prisoners plus the person we were sent here for. How are you doing? I think you'll be alright. Pain is extreme. We could give you a bit of Paradigm. Didn't we have some? I thought there was some on the ground. Maybe not. Oh yeah, there it is. So we could give you some. I don't think that's... I mean, it's not the worst idea. Does that hurt consciousness, though? Let's see. Impaired speech, blah, 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 blah. I don't think it does, but, you know, we've seen people die from smoking smoke leaf joints because, you know, they hurt consciousness. Let's see. I thought we had some, or maybe Skinner smoked them all. I think there was like some on the ground and everybody smoked them. Oh no, they're right in front of me. Let's see. Movement minus 10, consciousness minus 30%. So I didn't see anything about consciousness here. They are slightly addictive, but yeah, no hit to consciousness, so we will give you a bit just to help with that pain. Clayton, how is your pain? Extreme. And yours is also extreme. But you'll heal sooner, I would think. I'm gonna give it to you. Alright, Zima, do your thing. I mean, it's not really her thing. She's just the closest thing to a medic we have. She's actually not bad at it. I keep clicking the wrong thing. Oh, mad animal. Yeah, she's it. She was actually at 5 at the start of this episode. She's up to 6 now, and she's actually got a little bit of passion for it. So this is good practice for her, but literally nobody else can even do it. So yeah, she's the only one that's even capable of it. Alright, so what's the deal with this rat? Which map is it on, by the way? Oh, it's at home. Okay. We'll mark it for hunting. It's really not a threat to us, to be honest. I mean, it's a rat. Can you hunt? Are you capable of that task? Go do it. Alright guys, so while tending to our prisoners and waiting for Inga to heal up, we've received an item stash opportunity for a Psychic Emanator. We have 14 days to take advantage, but we have 24 hours to, I think, buy the information. It's going to cost us 120 or 174 silver, which is not a whole lot, so I don't really mind doing that. But I think this is worth doing. Essentially, what a Psychic Emanator does is the opposite of like it's basically a Psychic Soothe generator. So you can put it down in your base, and it'll basically send out nice, happy waves to people and make them a little bit happier, which is great. So I would definitely be willing to do this. We need a trade beacon though. Well, we might have to pass up on that then, unless we can get a trade beacon built at our base in 24 hours. I don't want to reject it, so I'm going to postpone it because it won't let me do anything else until I do that. But let's see. Yeah, we can afford one of those. We'll just throw it down out here or something. Maybe not right in front of the entrance. We'll just put it there. And we'll have a little stockpile with a tiny bit of silver in it. And that should allow us to handle that. Okay, so we've delivered 500 silver to our new orbital trade beacon. This is probably not going to be a permanent location for it, but for now it serves our purposes. So we can now pay that 174 in order to get the information we need to maybe go grab this psychic emanator. So let's go ahead and accept that. And it's going to be out there, which is actually not too bad. We've made much greater journeys than that. In fact, we've journeyed past that location to do other missions. So that's not bad at all. What does the game think that distance is? About a day. So about 2 days round trip. Yeah, that's not bad at all. So we'll almost certainly do that. It's just a matter of putting a away team together, which I think won't be a problem at all. These guys will be back well before that is an issue. And we'll probably... I mean, we'll give ourselves 2 days minimum to get there. So at the very latest, we'll leave with 2 days remaining, but we'll probably leave well before that. So that's cool. Yeah, we'll definitely want to do that because that is extremely useful. So she's mining up silver right there. How are we doing here? Looks like our corn's being harvested, so that worked out pretty nicely. I think most, if not all of it's going to pemmican right now, which is a-okay by me. I've had to start a stockpile outside the freezer because we had so much of that elk meat that we had just nowhere to put it. So it's got thrown outside. It's going to spoil pretty soon, but obviously we have so much of it, who cares? Oh, who's sick? Ah, Clayton, yeah. She got an infection. She actually had 2 infections. But she's doing fine. We haven't even used any medicine on her. Actually, this one's a bit bad. But, yeah, we didn't use any medicine yet. I was trying to... Well, I wasn't trying to. I just didn't want to waste this. But we'll go ahead and tend to her with proper medicine, and that will be enough to ensure that she doesn't die to those infections. But everybody else is doing just fine. So get her patched up with that medicine, and that'll be enough. 95%, that's pretty damn good. So yeah, the immunity should overtake that pretty easily now. Yep, and there it goes. Cool. By the way, guys, our prison is a bit updated. So everything's been doored off now. These doors are all unlocked so that prisoners have their own bedrooms, but they can come and go from these whenever they want. And the nutrient paste dispenser is set up, so all of our prisoners, when they arrive, will be able to move into the new prison. And we'll be able to just grab their own food from here. We don't need to worry about actively feeding them. Another thing I've done is I've just put a random sleeping spot here. That way I can toggle this as a prisoner area, because now that these are separated by doors, this is just considered a general dining room. And I don't want people doing what Vuria's doing, just hanging out in here. So if I toggle that for prisoners, this whole area becomes a prisoner area, and they won't hang out in here. I mean, they still might on occasion. They'll still work in here, but they won't, actively come hang out in here all the time, which is what I'm trying to prevent. Hopefully Inga heals pretty soon. Some of that meat's starting to rot. Oh well. But hopefully Inga heals up soon because we'd like to get moving. We're starting to get low on the survival meals. We've already eaten all of the simple ones. And we still have a ton of pemmican here, but we do obviously need pemmican for the ride back. Although the ride back is going to be pretty short. So we should be alright. It's just, I don't want to have to wait here forever. And again, if she ends up healing up on the ride back, she'll probably just abandon us. She either needs to recover here or after she arrives at our base. If it happens on the road, she won't join us, so that's what we're trying to avoid. But, I think I'll end the episode here, actually. And just kind of let this play out. Whenever we're ready to go, we'll go. And either we'll pick back up with something here, or everybody will be back when we return. Unless, of course, something interesting happens on the road, like we get intercepted or something. But otherwise, I'll see you guys then. So thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.